Let's begin, though, with our top story this week. What will be the real Olympic legacy here in the Midlands? The torch is in our part of the country right now. These were the pictures of the torch in Redditch this morning, and Karen Lumley was there too. The relay left Birmingham just before 6 this morning, waved off by enthusiastic crowds, including members of the City Council, and our very own Jackie Kabler was there as well.
5:30 a.m. on a Sunday, and the party had already started in Birmingham's Victoria Square. A dry, sunny morning brought around 1,000 people out to see the torch.
I think it's great. It certainly puts Birmingham on the map. Obviously, we're hosting the Jamaican and the American teams here as well.
It's great. It's really good. I'm so glad everybody's come out and supported everybody. All these wonderful people who've got the chance to carry it. I do admire them, so well done, everybody.
The first torchbearer today, 18-year-old Birchfield Harriers athlete Melissa Hanson, a 2016 Olympics hopeful, nominated by Birmingham City Council for her dedication to athletics. Well, this is day 44 of the torch relay. It'll travel exactly 95.95 miles, carried by 157 torchbearers through 17 communities, including Birmingham, Warwick, Evesham, Stratford-upon-Avon and Coventry. But what do events like this mean for the region? What would be the torch's legacy?
Jamaican athletics team here, the American athletics team here, so there is a lot to come yet, and I think the legacy of that will be long-lasting.
The Olympic Flames spent the night in Birmingham after the cauldron was lit in Cannon Hill Park. Today, the youngest torchbearer in the entire relay got his turn. 12-year-old Dominic McGowan carried the flame along Stratford Road. In total, it'll visit 73 West Midlands communities, bringing with it an undoubted feel-good factor. The question now is, will it leave a lasting legacy?
And the torch will be in Coventry for tonight's big celebration. Well, Jackie has moved on now to the city's War Memorial Park for us. Jackie, you gave us a real flavour of those actually really amazing scenes in Birmingham this morning, first thing. Looking ahead to this evening now, how is the build-up going on there in Coventry?
Well, it certainly started, Patrick. The torch is due to arrive here just before 7 o'clock. You can probably see behind me the stage where they're already gearing up for a music and dance extravaganza. And if we see anything like the sort of crowds we've seen earlier in the day in places like Birmingham and Solihull, it's going to be quite a night. But is this just short-term fun, or are we going to see some long-term benefits from this? Well, I'm joined by David Moorcroft, Chair of West Midlands for 2012, and also John Mutton, Leader of Coventry City Council. Thank you very much for joining me. David, first of all, we can see the short-term benefits. Everyone's having a great time. Contracts for local businesses, but what about the long-term legacy? Is there one?
I think there is one. I mean, as an immediate boost to the West Midlands economy, £531 million worth of contracts, 372 companies. The biggest figure outside of London and the South East has been that immediate boost. But I think the reputation of those companies is enhanced. You know, their belief that they can really compete on the worldwide stage. World sporting events, Olympic Games, World Cups, World Student Games, the rest are a growing business. And these companies are perfectly placed to carry that reputation through in the way that Australian companies did after the Sydney Olympic Games. OK, and John, if we can come to you. Obviously, locally here in Coventry, are you seeing an impact yet? Or are you likely to see one in the future?
Yeah, we're already seeing an impact. Some of the public realm works we've done has encouraged massive investment in the city centre. There's a £50 million project due to start at any time, and some of the shops in the city centre will be having a revamp as well. I think more importantly, though, is the prestige that the city gets from this. We're the only city outside of London that's had our own app, and so far we've had excuse me, so far there's been 33,000 downloads from across the world. Wow. From 150 different countries, you know, and that's the kind of publicity you could never get anywhere else.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Well, yes, if you could certainly bottle the feel-good factor, I think we'd all be on a winner. Back to you, Patrick.
Amen to that. Thank you very much indeed, Jackie. And you'll be able to watch BBC and Coventry's, BBC Coventry and Warwickshire's coverage of the Olympic torch arriving in there in the War Memorial Park this evening, live from 6 o'clock tonight. Philip Hunt, everybody we've been hearing there, from Albert Bohr, Dave Moorcroft, John Butler, they're all saying that there's a long-lasting legacy. But are you convinced? Because there are fears that sport, particularly at grassroots level and among young people, may suffer as a result of investment at the top.
I very much hope so. I mean, the reason the last Labour government pushed this bid so hard was about young people and encouraged them to participate in sport. And we have seen a big increase in our schools. You know, now 90% of youngsters spend over 2 hours participating in sport in schools every week. My concern is the latest cutbacks in education, and particularly in school sports, may impact on that. That would be a great pity, because the more young people take part in sport, you know, it's a real foundation for their future life and health.
Karen, you've been watching the celebrations in Redditch today. Is there a sense that your part of the world is going to get much of a long-term benefit out of all this?
Well, we've got companies in Redditch who are making stuff for the Stratford Park. We've got a seating company that's been doing some really good work.
It's all a drop in the bucket by comparison with the investment into East London.
Well, the Olympics had to be somewhere, and it's in London, which is our capital city. I think it shows to the world that Britain's open for business. I think it shows that Worcestershire's open for business, and I think, you know, it shows that we are able to compete at the highest level. We're able to produce a stadium on time, on budget, and actually that shows to the rest of the world that we can compete in the global market, and I think that's good for British business in these dreadful economic times.
Well, we shall see. Thank you both very much for the moment. Let's move on then to our other